Hey guys, welcome to another week of Segway Magic. This week we're talking about the first movie that we ever saw at the cinema and the most recent film we saw at the cinema. I have bizarrely vivid memories of seeing two movies fairly close together when I was 6 or 7. The first one, based solely on the release dates, was Ghostbusters 2 when I was 6. And I mostly remember that one because I went with a friend of mine from school. Her parents took us, and her parents sat in the row behind us for some reason, because apparently that's a thing you do, is let your 6-year-old sit by themselves at the cinema in 1989. I don't even know. Anyway, so we were sitting by ourselves in the row in front of her parents, like on the end of the aisle, so, you know, they were literally behind us, it was fine. Except that the movie scared the absolute shit out of me, especially the part where the pink slime touches the woman's mink coat and all the minks come back to life and start like attacking her, and then the coat runs off down the street. That scared the shit out of me, and I spent the rest of the movie sitting on her mother's lap. The second movie was shortly thereafter, and it was for a friend's 7th birthday party. We were supposed to be going 10-pin bowling, but somehow we ended up at the bowling alley like 20 minutes late, and they'd given our lanes away, so her parents on the fly had to come up with another idea of something for all these very small children to do to occupy them for the next like 2 hours, and they hit upon taking us to the movies, and they took us to see Home Alone because it was literally about to start. The problem with that was that there were like no seats left in the cinema because it had just opened, and so we ended up in the front row, and I have this bizarrely vivid memory of feeling like I was basically in a recliner chair looking up at the screen because it was so close to my face. And I can remember that I had my coat on still and I was really hot, but I didn't know how to get my coat off without like standing up, and then I was scared that I would block everybody's view of the screen. I don't remember a whole lot about the movie. It probably also scared the shit out of me. I am still not a fan of basements, and that movie may well be to blame. The good thing I live in Australia where basements are not a thing. The most recent thing I saw at the cinema was Jurassic World, and that was like 3 weeks ago or so, and I don't know how I feel about it. I don't go to the cinema very much anymore because tickets in Australia are up to like $20 per movie that you want to see, and that is just utterly ridiculous, especially when you then add like, you know, an extra $15 for popcorn or choc tops or drinks or whatever the hell kind of food you want to have. It just ends up costing a shit ton of money, especially when you can wait like 6 months and it will turn up on Netflix and you're paying $9.95 a month. Like, why would I go and sit in a room with like 200 smelly strangers for 2 hours? Why would I do that when I can wait and watch it in my own home? Anyway, I saw Jurassic World in the cinema. It was not the most pleasant of experiences because the air conditioning was broken in the theatre, so it was like 32 degrees, that's like 90 Fahrenheit in there, and so everybody was getting up and down constantly to go out and buy drinks and ice creams and stuff because, you know, it's winter in Australia, so everyone's wearing like 45 layers of clothing, and we were all dying of heat stress. So that was super fun, and then the movie kind of sort of sent me into a feminist rage spiral, so that was exciting. It's a weird movie to talk about because while I was watching the movie, I really enjoyed it, and I really loved everything that was happening, and I loved all the throwbacks to the original, and I loved so much of it. And then the more I thought about it after I came out of the movie, the more I realised how massively problematic it was, especially the female characters. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that because that is a whole different thing to talk about. But yeah, the first movies that I ever saw at cinema were Ghostbusters 2 and Home Alone. The most recent thing I saw at cinema was Jurassic World. Mari, I can't wait to hear your answers to this question, even though they will probably make me sad about how old I am. Don't forget, you guys can make your own posts on this topic on either YouTube or your blog. Post the links on Twitter or Tumblr on Saturday using the hashtag SegwayMagic. We will find them and put them all into a roundup post. I love all your faces, and I will see you soon. Bye.